How do you know he spoke Aramaic?
Because that's what he spoke. It's a known fact. Everyone knows that Jesus spoke Aramaic in his time where he was,
How?
according to the people. Because
How do you know he spoke Aramaic? How do you know what time he lived in?
because in the Passion of the Christ he was speaking Aramaic. So I don't know.
You're talking about the movie?
Yeah.
So the movie is correct on the life of Jesus?
Is the movie wrong? I mean, about the language he spoke?
Is the movie correct on the life of Jesus?
Not the crucifixion part.
Oh, so then I guess we're taking the movie out. So here we go again. How do you know that Jesus spoke Aramaic?
Because he said Kunesh and Muslim.
How do you know
with Elah
he spoke Aramaic? Your Quran doesn't say that. So how do you know that?
Hey, yo, what's up?
What up?
You good?
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so I wanna talk about what you talked to this guy about.
Prove Jesus was Muslim?
Yeah. I'm also Muslim.
All right. So how would you prove that Jesus was?
Yeah, he is a Muslim.
How would you prove that?
By the Quran.
The Quran is just a claim. I'm challenging the Quran.
Yeah. But listen. For example, you cannot prove to me some things that are in the Bible, but you believe in it because the Bible says it, right?
No, I believe it because I have proof of it.
No, but you cannot believe some of the things in the Bible you cannot prove.
Yeah, I can. I can prove it.
But yeah, by your logic, of course. But by my logic, he isn't a Christian.
No, there is.
So we have to use a different standard, because for me the Quran is sufficient. What?
EBO.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about subjective reason. So I'm asking for proof. It doesn't matter if I'm a Christian or you're a Muslim. Proof is proof. Right?
Because
Evidence.
Allah said so. Listen, as a Muslim, I don't need more proof than God saying it is so.
That's fine for you. That's not proof, though. That's just a claim. That's you. That's a claim that that God said that. It's a claim that He said that in the Quran. It's called circular reasoning. Prove to me that Jesus is a Muslim. The Quran says He's a Muslim. How do you know the Quran is right about it?
Because good. Now we're getting somewhere. How can
God says it? Because the Quran says it. You see that circular reasoning?
Okay. But now we're getting somewhere. Could you prove to me that the Bible is 100% true?
I can prove to you that you rely on the Bible.
No. Could you prove to me
that's not the question.
No. Don't. I asked the question that's straightforward. Could you prove to me that the Bible is true?
Yes, I can. I can do that.
Okay.
So this is what I need, EBO.
Yeah.
I either need you to prove to me that Jesus was a Muslim, or say I can't prove it. It's just a belief that I have.
No, my proof is because God said it so. But then after that, we can go into the claim of which book is actually right. We can judge the book. For example, if I ask you, how did Judas die?
They asked for him to come up? There's no way they asked for him to come up. I'm only letting Muslims up, guys. So if you're not Muslim, please don't request. There's no way they asked him to come up.
Hey, Johnny.
How you doing? You're Muslim?
Alhamdulillah.
All right.
Right. Hey, so have you ever read Matthew? I believe it's 16. No, I'm sorry. Matthew 16, 27 through 28, or is it Matthew 6, 27 through 28?
What does it say?
It says, okay, so it's 16. It's 16. All right. Loading. All right, there it is. Okay, so 27. For the Son of Man is going to come in His Father's glory with His angels, and then He will reward each person according to what they have done. 28. Truly I tell you, some who are standing here will not taste death before they see the Son of Man coming in His kingdom. Now, this is speaking of Jesus' second coming. Are we on the same page?
Yeah. How does this prove that He's a Muslim?
Cool.
How does this prove that He's a Muslim?
I'm getting there. If you just, if you can eat your cornflakes and just listen to me.
No, just making sure. So this has straight to do with him being a Muslim, right?
Yeah, that's where we're gonna get to.
Okay.
Yep. So, have his disciples tasted death?
What does it have to do? What does it have to do with him being a Muslim?
I'm gonna get there. Do you want to answer my question, or you just don't want to talk about it?
I want you to answer the question on the topic. How does this prove that he's a Muslim or not?
Well, we're going to start off by showing you that your book has false prophecies and it is unreliable.
That has nothing
Therefore,
to do with my topic.
after that, I'm going to take you to another verse.
That has nothing to do with my topic. Proof.
And okay, as I said, I'm going to show you that your book is corrupted. That's going to cancel that out. And then,
here's gonna be what's gonna happen. You're gonna show me that Jesus is a Muslim. That's what you're gonna start off with, and then we can go into other subjects. Once the Jesus is a Muslim topic is done, we could talk about your objections to the Bible or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Jesus walked around telling people Kunesh and Muslim un ilah. Do you know what that means?
Nope.
All right. Well, that's Aramaic. It means submit your will to the one God.
Wait, how do you know he spoke Aramaic?
Because that's what he spoke. It's a known fact. Everyone knows that Jesus spoke Aramaic in his time where he was, according to the people. Because how
do you know he spoke Aramaic? How do you know what time he lived in?
Oh, because in the Passion of the Christ, he was speaking Aramaic. So I don't know.
You're talking about the movie?
Yeah.
So the movie is correct on the life of Jesus?
Is the movie wrong? I mean, about the language he spoke?
Is the movie correct on the life of Jesus?
Not the crucifixion part.
Oh, so then I guess we're taking the movie out. So here we go again. How do you know that Jesus spoke Aramaic?
Because he said Kunesh and Muslim.
How do you know
he
spoke Aramaic? Your Quran doesn't say that. So how do you know that?
Are you saying he didn't speak Aramaic?
I'm asking you, how do you know that?
It's just a known fact that everybody knows.
You're saying it's a known fact doesn't tell me how it's a known fact. How do you know that this is a fact?
Well, I can't prove it to you because the oldest Gospels were in Greek and they were written by people who never met Jesus. They're just anonymous books.
So where do you get this from that Jesus spoke Aramaic?
Just learning history and learning things from people.
What history tells you that Jesus spoke Aramaic? What's their source?
Stephen L. Harris, Christian scholar.
What's his source? Oh, a Christian scholar who says that Jesus was crucified. Interesting. So what is the source?
Stephen L. Harris explains to everybody that Jesus spoke Aramaic in that time.
What's his source?
The people in that time spoke Hebrew and Aramaic.
What is his source?
His source? I don't know.
Okay, so that still doesn't answer my question. How do you know he spoke Aramaic? So I'm going to do it one more time. I believe you're a smart guy. If you can just answer my question, or you can humbly admit the answer to the question, which you don't want to say, or just say, man, I don't know. So let me just take that out then. How do you know that Jesus spoke Aramaic?
How do I know that Jesus spoke Aramaic? Is because I was just taught that from the world around me.
So you don't know that then, huh?
I was not in that time to physically video record.
What do you mean that time? What time?
I wasn't walking in the time of Jesus to physically record him speaking.
What time was that?
That was 10 AD, but...
How do you know that? How do you know that?
It was about 2,000 years ago, to be exact.
How do you know that?
How do I know that?
Yeah.
How do I know that he lived 2,000 years ago? Is that your question?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah. How do you know he was walking around in 10 AD?
Because according to the Quran, Allah sent Jesus with the Injil to the children of Israel.
What time, though? The children of Israel have been living for generations and centuries.
I don't think the Quran mentions a time, but...
so then don't appeal to the Quran then. The Quran doesn't tell you this. How do you know it's walking around in the first century in 1080?
The Quran is a guide to life. It's not like a history lesson.
It ain't guiding you to this. How do you know? How do you know Jesus was walking around in 2,000 years ago?
Because I know. I believe Jesus existed. I believe he was a prophet and a messenger.
Yeah, how do you know when he existed? I don't care about you believing he was a prophet. I respect that. Beautiful.
Okay, because the Christians said he was walking around 2,000 years ago.
The Christians also say
the Jews don't believe he walked at all.
They also say he was crucified. They also say that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are the ones who wrote the gospel. So you notice how you're relying on Christians, on the information that you get about Jesus, yet you're trying to neglect and reject what Christians say in totality. Do you see how you're caught?
I just told you some things are reliable and some things are corrupted. Like, for example, Matthew 16.
How do you know that they're unreliable when it comes to the language Jesus spoke and the time he was walking in? How do you know that part is reliable, but the other parts aren't?
Because it specifically says in the Quran, nor was he crucified.
Where in the Quran does it say he spoke Aramaic and was walking around in the first century?
The Quran doesn't say he spoke Aramaic.
So how do you know? So how do you know that they are
Because
reliable when
2,000
they
years
say
ago in Bethlehem, they spoke Hebrew
Bethlehem?
and Aramaic.
How do you know this? How do you even know about Bethlehem?
You know, there's been Palestinians living in Bethlehem for the last 1,500 years, right?
How do you know that Jesus was in Bethlehem?
Bro, like, I don't know what you want me to do. You want me to print out birth certificates and
What
social
I want
security
you to do,
cards? Like,
Billy,
what
what
you
I
want me
want
to
you to
do,
do,
big dog?
what I want you to
Yeah.
do, Billy, is I want you to tell me the truth. I want you to
Brother,
tell me the truth.
I'm telling. Okay, so
You know the answer to this.
do
You
you
just
want me
don't
to?
want to
Do you
answer
want me
it.
to say? Look. You're a cool dude, bro. You're. I'm not. I don't hate you, bro, or none of that. I'm just trying to say something, bro. Do you
Go ahead,
believe?
tell me.
Do you believe he didn't speak Aramaic?
It's not about my belief. That's not what I asked you.
Oh, there he goes in his mode.
Yeah, I'm in my mode, man. You
Your
let me.
mode. He
Sorry.
just pushed the button. He just pushed the red button.
Hold on.
Super
You're right.
Saiyan 3.
I just pushed the button. Hold on, man. You
Look at
bringing
him.
it out. Hold on a second, big guy. Hold on a second.
This dude.
You done did it, man. I wasn't even gonna go in this mode.
Look at him. He putting on the whole shebang. Look at
I wasn't even gonna go in this mode, man.
That's it. The apron's on.
I was gonna do it.
The apron's on, bro.
But you made me bring it out. Why?
The apron's on, man.
Why you make
fuck.
me bring this out, big dog?
Everybody wrote for cover, bro.
I wasn't even thinking about this, man.
Oh shit. He put on the
I wasn't even thinking about this, dog.
He put on the Fresh Prince muffle. Look, oh man, he
But
going ham right now.
For some reason, you wanted to pull this out of me. I try to be cool. To be cool, man.
Oh man.
Here we are again. How do you know that Jesus lived in the first century and lived in Bethlehem and spoke Aramaic? How do you know this? You know the answer, but you don't want to say it. Just be honest and say the right.
I told you, bro, from Christian scholars and your Bible, bro.
Where did they get? There it is. From the Bible. The same Bible that you just tried to start off with by discrediting and saying that it's corrupted and unreliable.
I'm not trying to discredit, man. I'm just trying to get an explanation of why Jesus, the Jesus that Paul knew.
Do you see how you were relying on the Bible? You see that?
Again, I'm not relying, man. I'm just showing you that there's a prophecy stated in there that didn't happen, man. I mean, that should ring alarms, no?
You rely on the Bible. Do you not see how you rely on the Bible for what you know about Jesus?
Brother, I rely on history.
And the history comes from where?
Comes from the Bible, comes from the Torah, comes from many things, bro. Comes from the Quran.
So what you know about Jesus historically as your historical authority is the Bible. Yet you're trying to say that the Bible is corrupted and unreliable. Yet you're using it as your historical authority on the life of Jesus.
Brother, if I use anything else, you're not gonna believe it. You're gonna say no. It's void.
No, it's not that. Show me another primary source. Give me something other than the Bible then. That's a primary source on the life of Jesus that tells you that he spoke Aramaic, lived 2,000 years ago, walked around, lived in Bethlehem for a time at some point.
Yeah, man, there isn't. There isn't.
I know. So what you're calling history and relying on as a historical reliability, historical authority, is the Bible. The same source that you're saying is corrupted and that you don't believe in. That thinking makes no sense to me.
So does it make sense to say that, to tell the disciples that before they taste death, they're going to see a second coming and then it not happening? I mean, that doesn't ring an alarm, bro.
You're not even willing to deal with this. You're not even willing to deal with this. I promise you, you can bring up your objections to the Bible all you want. Once we finish this, just finish this. We can go straight to that. We can go straight to that. Just finish this, please.
How do you want me to finish it? I mean,
I want you to finish it with honesty.
I did, bro. I told you a lot of the history is from the Bible, but a lot of things are right and a lot of things are wrong, bro. Okay. I just gave you an example of wrong.
So it's reliable and correct when it comes to what Jesus did, how he lived, and what he said, right?
Brother, is everything reliable on CNN News?
This ain't CNN News. This is the Bible. This is a primary source in the life of Jesus, is it not?
Brother, is everything reliable in the Torah?
Yeah.
Really? So you have to keep the commandments?
I keep the commandments of the Messiah now. I don't have to follow the laws of
Okay, bro. So
That doesn't mean
the
that those laws were not reliable. It's there.
logic. Are
Are
you
you,
saying
are you able
are
to
you
answer?
saying God made a mistake by giving us the commandments, thinking we can handle it when we couldn't?
You able to answer, man? Are you able to answer?
Answer what, brother?
Take care, man. And you come up the way that you do, that's what happens, man. You get humbled. When you come up the way that you do, you get humbled. If you come straight humble, you don't have to get humbled. You know? If you come humble, you won't have to get humbled. But then you had to get humbled.